Yeah, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka have Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got a great show planned for you guys tonight because tonight's show is something that I think a lot of people when they get into business, they if you're not really familiar with business operations, business management, and especially business finance, they get caught up in this because they see busyness. They don't necessarily know their numbers. So tonight we're going to talk about why you need to know and not guess the numbers in your business. Why you need to know and not guess. Because far too often, what happens, so many people, assume that things are going in a certain direction. Then when things push on the shove, situations happen. I.e. need a purchase on, i.e. need funding, i.e. It's an empty ass bank account. They really can't figure out what's going on.
Right.
But they see schedules, they see traffic, they see all kind of stuff going on, but can't figure out what it is. And one of the biggest things I think a lot of times, people they limit themselves on purpose in regards to business. And I was talking to one of my OGs earlier today, and we were just talking about the whole advent of AI and how much all these companies are putting billions of dollars into research and development or R&D into AI.
Right.
And it's amazing how people that can be on a much smaller scale don't want to put a dollar into some training their people.
Right.
Or new software in regards to how to manage their numbers and stuff like that.
Right.
But if you just, I always say all the time, if you just look at your basic Fortune 500 companies and look at their systems and operations and just scale it down, the basic stuff, you have a super successful business. I mean, it's nothing too complicated, nothing too deep. But if you just look at your basic Coca-Cola, General Electric, whatever, I'm not saying from a money standpoint, just from an operational standpoint, system standpoint, having that advertising, having the marketing, having the research and development at your level.
Right.
At your level.
Right.
People will be much, much more successful. Just looking at, okay, these are the opportunities, these are the things I'm doing, just to be able to actually know what's going on instead of, again, assuming what's going on. So, again, that's tonight's show. We're going to talk about why you need to know and not guess the numbers of your business.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure people got clarity. So many people want to go down the road of entrepreneurship. They spend a lot of time, make a lot of sacrifices, doing this, getting their LLC, tax ID,
right.
Facebook page, website, all that other bullshit, but they never want to spend time into, look, let me see how to make sure these numbers are going right.
Right.
Let me make sure, instead of just looking in a bank account and not understanding that, you might have sold $10,000, in items last week, but you only brought home $100.
Oh, wow.
People like, how the hell that happened?
Right.
Now looking at, cost of purchase, cost of ship, cost of package, cost of for insurance, cost for rent, all these kind of things. When they start chomping it down, shit, you might well stay at your job.
Right.
But that's what we want to have that conversation. And again, it's not to pick at nobody. It's really to inform people to actually what to assess themselves and what direction they need to go into with things. Because again, we get information that you don't necessarily like. It don't mean stop. It's now you become aware of it. And once we're aware, we're accountable. Right? So many times people avoid becoming aware because for some odd ass reason, people think I didn't know. Nobody told me. It's a valid excuse. It ain't. It ain't. No one cares.
It could be.
Huh?
It could be. I just say hey to mama while we talk.
What's up,
hey,
mama?
Hey, mama.
What's going on, mama? I just got home with mama a little while ago. But yeah, man, just we want to just make sure that everybody's in a position where they become accountable and knowledgeable about what they got going on. So again, tonight we're talking about why you need to know, and I guess the numbers of your business. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's Thursday.
Yeah, man.
Best day of the week.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? All this free knowledge and information you giving out.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they taking advantage of it, but it is free now.
Oh, I keep it at the Poor House. I keep it at the Poor House. They got listen.
That's right.
And pay that damn invoice.
That's right.
You can get this stuff free, but like I say, it's there.
Right.
It's just it ain't necessarily fun.
That's right.
Also want to say what's up to my other producer, Sleep 316. What's up, Rika?
What's going on, Rick? Hey, it's Shauna Curtin. Say, hey, Poochie.
What's going on now, Sean? How you doing?
I hope I said the last name right. Curtin.
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay.
What's going on?
What's going on, Shauna?
Appreciate you tuning in. Again, we're talking about knowing your numbers. Oh, before I get running my mouth, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. But the main hub is the Mr. Short, our YouTube channel, where we got over 1,500 videos covering personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. The only links are on the Facebook and YouTube. But if you have to disappear, come back, or just check out the whole entirety of the show later, you can go to Mr. Short on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and check out the full video from there. Also, guys, if you got any questions or comments, anything like that, put them in the chat. But also feel free to call in. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. What you don't measure, you can't manage. What you don't measure, you can't manage.
Okay,
because at the end of the day,
right, we
don't run stuff in words. We run stuff in numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you don't know a damn thing. I think, I feel, I might be, I ain't for sure. No.
That's how it works, please.
Yeah, if you want to put some money in the middle of the floor, my ass didn't set it on fire. That's about it. So, again, we're talking about why you need to know and not guess the numbers in your business, guys. Again, call in 678-740-9894. The number one thing, the problem with guessing, many entrepreneurs assume they're profitable because cash is coming in. You're looking at that bank, you see that cash app hitting, that ching, all that stuff going in, a little coin spinning. Right. You got a Zelle coming in, you're doing good. You're selling your products, you're doing your services and everything, and you feel like, okay, everything's all right because I'm building, and people are paying. They guess at expenses, guess at margins, and guess at cash flow. So what we mean by expenses, the money you're putting out to operate your business. The margins is actually the difference after the revenue minus the expenses, and the cash flow, the money you got sitting in your account at any given time in relation to things that you currently have going on, things you may have going on in the future. And they never want to look at it. The result is surprises, unexpected tax bills, debt piling up, and realize too late that the business isn't actually making money. Yesterday was the extension deadline. Your boy ain't really slept good in about 2 days. Yesterday was October 15th. And typically the people used to come to me, and shout out to all my customers, man. We had an awesome tax season this year. I can't stress enough how appreciative. This is 25, 26 years in the game, man. And I can't stress enough how appreciative I am of people that continue to come to us. But typically, the people that come in October, they actually they know they're gonna have some kind of liability. Some of them are, folks that have been busy, put it off and everything, and no big deal. But usually, those are the kind of situations. And I understand being busy. I understand having things to do. I understand having priorities, right? You never lose me on that. The thing of it is that when we don't necessarily try to tackle a problem early enough, we put ourselves in reaction mode. And see, when you're in reaction mode, you just only do what you're allowed to do. That's just real talk. Right. But if you're proactive, you got more options. You can actually think, plan, scheme about everything. And that's what happens so far too often because people are so stuck into, well, I got money in the bank, I sold this, sold that. They have no idea. You might just broke even. Because if you spent X amount of dollars for a particular product or service, I got that damn phone going in and out. For products or services, like a couple weeks ago, we bought before we had the day party. I bought the shirts. I know I wasn't gonna sell none of them. Right. So I'm getting them and everything, but just say a person buys the shirts. You should already have an idea. Okay, if I sell these shirts, I bought it for 15 or selling for 25. I should bring $10 a shirt. When people are selling them and they looking to get the money in their pocket, in their mind, okay, look, they sold 10 shirts, so they saying, look, I made $100. Not thinking about, okay, the total margin. They're looking at what they have in their pocket at that particular time, but not analyzing like, hey man, I gave away one or two. One of them got lost. I'm still sitting on 2 or 3 of them. Right. So I actually, I made $100 this week, but I sent 500, so I'm still 400 in the hole.
Okay.
And because I got that money is gone, I spent, but this money coming in, I got in my hand. Ain't thinking about what I have going
what you
on.
Already spent.
Yeah.
You thinking about what coming through the door more than anything.
And then let's turn around and say we sold all our shirts we have on hand. People don't be thinking about, okay, what did I pay for? Just if I got to do any shipping, I got to do any advertising, things like that. Just understanding that because they busy and they got some money in their hand, I'm making money. Shit, because I always knew with let's just use, like, say, my tax office. I already know, like, I don't really have no margins. When we do a return, it's pretty much that's the fee. But I already be knowing in my mind, like, okay, how many of these I got to do to cover rent?
Okay.
How many of these I got to cover insurance for the month?
Okay.
How many of these I got to do to cover the Google ads and all that stuff like that? So you say, okay, look, I got to get 10 to 12 out the way for we done cover costs.
That's true.
So if I haven't done that, I'm not really doing anything. Right. And then I got to do another 10 or 12 on top of that to just cover my mortgage at home, my groceries or whatever. So we talking about 24 in.
Right.
Shit, you might have slow money. You only got 17. You only got 10.
Right.
You might have did 30. Right. So when you do 30 this month, but then do 15 the next, understand, be disciplined enough to say, look,
that's got all
it's ain't time to go shopping.
Right.
Let's hold some of this money for them.
Right.
And if I lost you with that example, that's a prime example. That's a prime reason why you need to be paying attention tonight. Because far too often, when I say it all the time, we get traffic confused with profits. Because your ass out there making money, you think, okay, we're doing well.
Right.
But when you start looking at all the costs and all the expenditures that you're putting out, you barely survive.
Yeah.
If that.
You always use restaurants as an example of that because you see lines wrapped around the building. And people just think that restaurant's making a ton of money. But you add in the wait staff, the lights, the cost per plate for food and all that stuff. You always use them as an example because I think that's an example people can visualize a little better. It's a little in depth because there's so many moving parts, so many intricate parts when you talk about a restaurant that some people just don't think about. You got to think about how much that 5-pound bag of flour costs. How much the rice costs and all the utensils and everything you use. You got to add all that stuff into your cost per plate. And a lot of people don't even know that you need to break that food down per plate. Well,
Lab, I don't think people actually think about what it's going to cost them at Sam's or Costco or Cisco, as far as from a food price before they start getting that stuff, right? So, and what is it like? What 3-5% on food? And I'm talking about the percentage you can charge up on that. So you don't have big percentages on food unless you just got this food hookup from your wholesaler distributor. And people don't think about that.
Right.
They just think about what I can sell a plate for.
Right.
But not what the plate gonna cost me to do.
Right.
Now, I mean, if you one of these, I'm seeing all this hood shit out here. These folks selling ramen noodles for damn $40.
They gourmet ramen noodles.
I even think I'm so damn stupid sometimes.
Gourmet.
Ain't no damn gourmet. They pop the bag, drop that thing in.
It's gourmet. And
I be sitting
they got vegetables in there and meats.
Man, I be on this damn Mr. Short Dollar shit. And these folks selling down $20 ramen noodle plates.
Little soy sauce, little vegetables. Gourmet.
Black folk crazy. And they just buy them. They just buy them, man. Don't let you throw some cut up sausage.
There's some chicken in that thing.
Scramble an egg. What the hell?
But it's a concept, right?
Man, it's a concept. And listen, I ain't tripping on nobody, but I just be amazed.
Right.
At some of the stuff that's out there, man. And but even with that said, understanding like those numbers, because again, just say you got a situation like that. Just say you off in like you partner with a gas station, or you partner with like a local store, whatever.
Right.
Just got a unit there, right?
Right.
People still understanding that. Look, I'm selling these plates, but they got to charge me $1,000 to be here. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
That happens a lot in the food industry, man. I really don't think people be understanding just that whole hitting that number to cover overhead. With the difference of doing that, we selling these cakes for $50, but it cost me $35 to make it. So hell, I'm $15. I'm just doing it. Can I sell enough of these to cover rent.
Yeah, we watched the show yesterday, and I don't want to get too much off topic into restaurants. We watched the show yesterday about Michelin stars, and the guy had a restaurant in a subway station, and behind the door, you had to get a code, but he knew how much it cost per plate, how many plates he had to do. He already knew that he was losing $10,000 a month, but he had it set up to where how you go to the red door, you gotta have a code. You gotta have a code to get in the door. It's $100 to get the code. That's beside the plate. Then it's like $240 to $500 per person, but it's like 8 courses. But the courses are small. They're not, these are tasting menus.
Yeah.
So they're not big. But he already, he might do 30 plates a day, but he knew that some 30 plates wasn't covering the amount of money that he had already spent. He had already spent $2 million in the place. I mean, he's showing plates. He's like, these glasses cost $100 each. This bowl right here carried from China, it costs $245 for one bowl. Yeah. So he's breaking down what the costs were. I don't think a lot of people go in depth like that, to understand it.
But he was losing money.
He said it clearly, I'm losing money. Yeah,
because the issue is when people do that, they're doing it after the fact, not before going in. That I'm gonna be real with you, lad. That was the reason why I had that salon 17 years not opening and closing, because everyone around me wanted to put so much pretty, expensive stuff. I used to just remember, I used to see like the different salons over there, Old National. They'll come over, the people will look, they had that look like this look, whatever, right? And they would always try to overdo stuff, like I
overextend.
Yeah, put all kind of stuff, Girls will leave my shop, but they got this, they got that. But I knew their ass was going to close. Why? Because at the end of the day, market rent on Old National Highway was market rent for a barber stylist, right? So you want to have some high-end stuff, you won't be able to make your money back.
Right.
Again,
right.
I opened and closed mine.
Right.
And I could have stayed open as long as I wanted, right? Because I knew how to negotiate leases. I know how to sit here and be savvy in regards to the costs I had and stuff like that. I knew that.
Right.
It didn't make sense to have that stuff in. As long as it was nice, clean, secure. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Right.
All the machines were working and everything that, because at the end of the day, stylists just worried about, if the drive's gonna work. Is the lights gonna be on and stuff like that? Is it presentable for their people?
If I'm paying booth rent, that's what I need to worry about.
That's all I was focused on.
Right.
Make sure that everything worked for the people that rent it from me. All the other stuff that makes sense. You got folks had all these crazy stuff and everything, but they could never make their money back, and they would close.
Right.
And then they'd be what? Hey, Deonte, you got a area? You got a booth?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, in. I told you, stupid ass woman.
I say, well, just play,
yeah. Come on in. Boy, that's a tough look, boy. Folks leave. When people leave and they gotta come back home.
Yeah.
Come on back. Oh, hey, no problem, no worries.
We've been through that here. People go somewhere else. They think the $700-$800 cameras and the $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 computers, and they think that's the place to be, but they don't realize that person is charging you $400-$500 an episode. Like,
and do you have a product or service that can generate that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like there were girls in my salon that did have a clientele that that will pay for certain prices. But like I said, man, a majority of them, hell no.
Right.
Hell no. And then you try to, you have a conversation with people because again, I know business. I didn't necessarily know the hair industry, but I'm sitting there. You talk to some of the girls. They're like, "Hey, well, we probably need to add this for what?
Right.
Like, you're not going to get if we add that fountain when we put those certain lights, we're not going to get anything back from it.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was not going to come back. I can't charge you no more for rent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's not going to benefit me to do that, right? And people, what my term always use, intentional ignorance.
Right.
You don't want to understand what the hell I'm saying. Right. I don't know if I gotta say this.
Mine already said.
Yeah, I can say this shit in English and French and all this other kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. For whatever reason, you ain't gonna understand. Right. Hey guys, I don't know if you're looking at everything right here. I got a copy of my new book, Short Dollars and Cents. It's on Amazon. I got the link, and I'm running ads right now. I just told Lab, man, I had a brain cramp. I didn't put the link in the description section of the video. But we're gonna have a lot more promos and everything out now. Starting next week, I had to get through this tax season. We're gonna do a lot more promo videos and share some of the chapters, some of the information in the book. But this is my book right here, Short Dollars and Cents. It was released earlier this month and everything. Not this month, in the last month. In the last month and everything.
That's right.
You know, I've been running the ads on Facebook and Amazon. Been doing okay.
Okay.
Been doing okay. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed and keep it going and everything. So again, we're talking about why you need to know your numbers and not guess them. The next phase, guys, this is what's most important is this is what you most know. These are your numbers, right? The number one thing you got to know, we're breaking down different facets what you need to know in your business to be able to stay on top of your business and know what's going on. The first thing basically just knowing revenue, and that's not just total sales, but where they come from. Not just total sales, but where they come from, right? And what I mean by where it comes from, you can do 2 or 3 different things, right? You can be selling cakes, cookies, and pies, right? We can spend a lot of time. We love making pies.
Okay.
But pies take us 3 hours. Cake takes us 1 hour. Cookies take 15 minutes. The issue comes up. We love selling pies, and we charge more for pies, but we don't sell enough pies because it takes us so long to make them. Sell a little bit more cakes, sell a lot of cookies. Now we can sit here and say to ourselves, like, look, I can push more into selling more cookies. Even though I like selling pies, they'll sell more because I'm too occupied selling pies during the day. But again, that goes back to what I'm telling you again. Don't just necessarily know what revenue means. Understand where the money coming from, okay? So that's very, very, very important because you got too many people that are offering products and services, more than one, but because they have a favorite one or they feel like this is what the business was built on, we got to continue with this, but that's not what's working.
They focus on that more.
They focus on that more, and the time that you losing trying to, sell the pies, you can't get back. But if you just say, look, man, they need pies.
Right.
I know this called a pie house.
Right.
But these cookies out the chain.
Right.
And look, they selling. We can't even stay stocked. Somebody got to watch the pie, do this and do that. We ain't selling enough of those to do it. We taking some home. But these cookies, they're what we need to be focused on. So again, not just understanding, the sales, but knowing where it's coming from. The second is expenses. Knowing, if they fix the variable costs. Fix being the ones that's going to be the same every time. That being your rent, that being your payroll, that being your insurance. And the variable, the ones you can kind of change by the volume and activity level you got. That being ads, supplies, things like that, okay? Understand those particular things. You got to know those numbers. Those fixed costs, remember, again, you're looking at what's going to come all the time. Variable costs, they vary or change differently depending on what kind of activity you got. Different, that being the sales or supplies, ads. You got to know, but you got to know the difference of it, guys. That is very important. And let me say something before we go too deep. There's nothing wrong with not knowing. There's nothing wrong with getting confused. There's something wrong by not addressing it. So you can find your Deonte Burden. You can find your little accountant, somebody do some kind of consulting. You go to your local junior college. Pay $300 or $400 to go by 6 or 7 Saturdays during a quarter. Take your basic little accounting class. If you don't want to hire nobody, I'm just saying. Sometimes we sit here and say we can't afford to do certain things. Some things we can't afford not to do.
They free on Coursera. Just throwing it out there.
Free on Coursera. But I know everybody got different learning patterns and stuff like that. But it's just something to think about. Even the stuff that's free, people stay away from it because why? I got to spend time. And like I said, sometimes you ain't got time to lose or afford to do that. Now you're scrambling trying to get stuff fixed, and now you're begging everybody for money on something that you probably could have been aware of a long time prior to. So again, just keep that in mind. The third being your margins, what we talked about before. Gross and net, how much you keep after cost. That's just being your basic revenue minus your expenses. Those are your margins, right? That difference, right? Knowing it, because we talk about that whole break-even analysis, which is fixed cost divided by contribution margins. Just knowing that whatever the net is that you made divided no fixed cost, that's how many units you got to sell of a particular product or service to be able to do it. To get better explanation, I did a video on Mr. Short Dollar break-even analysis, give you in-depth explanation, give you examples and everything for you guys to check out. Again, break-even analysis. But that's something every business owner needs to know, that break-even analysis. How many of those widgets, how many of those cookies you got to sell to cover costs. And if you can't realistically make that number from a volume standpoint, don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. It doesn't mean don't start it. Once they don't do it at that particular entry point. Something got to change. You got to raise your costs, raise your price, or lower your costs. Can you raise your costs? Can you raise your price?
Right.
I don't want to cost what you spend, price is what you charge. I don't want to confuse nobody. Can you raise the price? Maybe, maybe not. If the market for the area, nobody gonna pay for no damn $60 car wash in the hood, right?
Go.
And you got to be realistic about that. Can you reduce your costs? There's a certain kind of material or chemical you got to use to do certain stuff. We got to kind of look at that kind of stuff.
Cheaper somewhere else, a generic version.
Exactly, but that's how you got to make those adjustments with a break-even analysis. Because you say to yourself, I want to be able to cover certain things. You say, well, look, I got to sell 50 of them at the price I'm selling, and at the cost I have. Man, I can't sell 50. So what you gonna do? I said, can I raise the price up, or can I lower the cost? So that's the kind of thought process you got to kind of go over, guys. That's very, very important. Looking at cash flow, money in versus money out, and when. Understanding that, guys, because you may have the bulk of your bills you got to pay by the 5th of the month.
Right.
Some may come at the end, some may come in the middle, right? So we got to understand that, right? Most of your vendors, most of your clients may come in at the end of the month. You might have a business where it's like, hey, man, look, most folks just come in at this particular point. We got to analyze that. We got to know that, because that helps us from a strategic planning standpoint, how we're going to lay out paying certain costs. Well, the key things I don't think people focus on enough with just being in business. You got to be extremely disciplined. You might want to pay your bills after the 15th. It may be more comfortable for you to do it, but it may be mandatory for you to do it after that, right?
Right.
Because again, like if most of your money comes at a certain point, you got to take care of it then. Damn what you like, damn what you comfortable with, damn what you used to. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
What's needed.
Well, yeah, it is what it is,
right?
So we got to be very, very mindful of that. Customer acquisition cost versus customer lifetime value. Guys, this is very, very important. Are you spending more to get a customer than you bring in? This is very, very important. We start talking about the customer acquisition cost and that customer lifetime value. That customer is always right and paying to just make sure the customer happy and stuff like that. You got to assess the customer. If I'm spending, and I give this advice to people in business all the time. Charge the price that if you ever have to do something over, come back to it, you're okay with doing it.
Right.
If you made a mistake with something, you got to fix it. Charge a price that you don't mind coming back out to fix it, or spending some time to do it over. With that.
Right.
That affordable, the cheapest, the lowest price shit will get you so frustrated with doing it, because again, when you come in, I'm just saying, guys, Walmart can do it because Walmart has all these stores, and from a volume standpoint, with their scale, it doesn't impact them as much. You, on the other hand, don't have the volume of that.
Right.
So you go into it and say, well, listen, everybody doing taxes for $400, I'm gonna do it for $100, right? And then what happens is you doing it for $100, and everybody coming to you because you're the $100 person. You busy, you think you balling or whatever. Then when somebody come back, they got an issue. You really can't do anything because you got to go back and fix theirs. You're losing time, can't do anybody else. You got it now. You don't lost time. You couldn't do other ones.
Right.
And also you got to do 4. You got to do 3 more. You got to do 3 more. Just do what somebody charging 4.
Right.
I think it's easier to get one damn person than it is to get 4 people. It's my personal opinion. It's my personal opinion. But a lot of times people have to understand those kind of things. We talking about the customer acquisition costs. When you start running ads and doing certain things like that, and I'm telling people all the time, when it's cheaper to keep this person,
right,
than it is to get another one. Once I got Lab, I just got to maintain a relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just got to make sure Lab is cool, Lab comfortable, and everything like that. I can't run Lab off on no bullshit.
You're right.
I can't sit here and have Lab had no bad experience because I got my girl working the front door. Because you know what I'm saying,
she mad at me today.
my mama doing stuff, she forgetting make mistake, and now I messed these folk order up. My mama talking to these people all rude. Now I done lost this customer. Now, if this person love me, they loyal to me, they're gonna always spend money with me. I'm gonna break bread, and everything is good to go. But if you can't do that, you guys always constantly be spending money on advertisements, promotions, spending time talking to people, begging, and all that kind of stuff to get somebody involved. Take care of the people you have. Take care of the people you have, and get rid of the folks that are costing you more than what they bringing in. Get rid of them. Hey, listen, man, listen. I told you the other week.
Right.
That guy called, and he sat there and asked me, "Hey, man, what you charge for taxes?" Told him what we charge. He said, "All right, I'm gonna call you back." When he called me back, and I said, "Well, because I put it out there. That's what we normally charge. If you want to do something right now, what you got going on." He told me a couple of years. This is what we charge. But if you call, ready to do business today, I charge you this. Knock a little bit off. Okay, let me check something. I call you back. I know you call him back. So then you get the call back later. Hey man, listen, I was just calling, you remember me? We spoke earlier. Yeah, I said that's all right. Because at the end of the day, you only care about what you only worry about what's going to be the cheapest,
right?
Not the quality,
right?
And I ain't saying that wrong with it,
right?
But at the end of the day, people like that is going to have a problem with all kind of shit,
right?
Right. I just know this out of experience. So at the end of the day, that money ain't worth it,
right?
That money ain't worth it.
Somebody already took your spot.
Yeah, hey, no, ain't nobody took your spot. I ain't dealing with your ass. No. and let me say something, man. That people that know me, once work done is done, I stand on my work and everything like that. Shit, man, if I know somebody it's gonna be a headache or whatever, shit, here your money back. Here your money back. Here your money back. I don't even want to deal with it.
Right.
But because they want to complain, yeah. And I know I wasn't supposed to get it back.
Right.
But the time I'm gonna spend arguing back and forth, negative impact.
I get some other customers.
Hey, we good.
Right.
Understand that, guy. Like I said, it's just that customer acquisition cost and the cost of just keeping those folks. That customer lifetime value. Because a customer lifetime value, when we talk about that, is this person will continue to come back to you and also do what? Bring you their siblings, their significant other, their co-workers or whatever. That's why people trip, man. You be going to folks' weddings and funerals and all this other kind of stuff, doing that kind of stuff. Absolutely. I'm doing grandkids taxes.
Right.
I'm doing grandkids taxes, man.
I'm part of the family now.
Come on now.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
I done been to them all. The weddings, the funerals, this, that, and that. Hey, I done been to the re-weddings.
Right.
But that's the thing about it. That time that they come and do that, look at the one person can bring you thousands of dollars over the years, right? And then one person can make you lose all kind of money because you fucking with them, stressing out, dealing with this and all this other kind of stuff.
Right.
Damn that.
Yeah.
We start talking about the customer, the lifetime value of that customer. I understand that, and everything. Sexy Redbone said customer service is everything,
Yeah, Six say they will complain about everything. Talking about the customer you talking about earlier.
Yeah. And here's the deal, Lab. I ain't tripping on you. I'm tripping on me if I get it. I'm experienced enough to understand that. Everybody is not. But that's why I tell people I don't be tripping, bro. Y'all pushing. I'm the cheapest. I'm the most affordable.
Right.
Why pay this when you can pay that?
Right.
People ain't come to you because of the service you do. They come to you because your ass is cheap.
Right.
And when you feel like we've grown, we've established ourselves, people ain't feeling that shit. So I want to raise my prices.
Right.
No, I can't even you the cheapest.
Right.
I didn't come to you the best.
Well, let me ask you a question. At that point in business, when you are growing and you are expanding, and you decide that I'm doing a lot more business, a lot better business. I do need to expand and grow a little bit, and I do need to raise my prices. And the person that started with you because you were cheapest says, "No, I came with you because you were cheapest." At that point, as a business owner, you think you should be able to let them go, right? Like, okay, I'm sorry you feel this way, but this is what I need to do to expand my business for me to grow into a much bigger and better business. I didn't start business to stay at a point to where you could afford me. I started business to where I can grow and become and expand. So at some point, I think business owners have to be willing to let, even though they've been there, you've been to the funeral, you've been to the re-wed and all that, you got to be at some point be able to say, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but this is my trajectory, and I hope I wish you well.
Well, Lab, you ain't gonna have to let them go. They're gonna leave your ass.
But I'm just saying, at some point we got to be able to grow. If they don't want to stay with us and grow with us and expand with us because we're not going to be the cheapest anymore, but we're going to be reasonable, then we got to let them go.
Lab, you ain't gonna let them go. They're gonna leave.
Okay.
See, that option ain't gonna be there. Because you might as well look, man. I got to do this. And I got to do this. We got to expand. So we got to increase these prices. They don't care. They're going to go somewhere else. Right. So you don't have to let them go. because they only came for that.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
So we don't even need to worry about that.
Don't even worry about that.
Okay.
And you got to understand that going forward. Because, is the product or service, that you're doing, are you going to be able to generate enough people? Not the people that you I ain't say retain, generate,
right?
Bring in new to be able to accommodate that,
right?
Because if people came to you and they know you the best, they know you good,
right?
But they came to you because you the cheapest, they stuck on that. They stuck on that.
They still want the $1 million service, but they want to pay that $10 price.
Yeah, but hey, that's on you,
right?
That's on you. Like I said, charge the price. That if you, it's just out of experience, charge the price. That if you have to go back and fix something, you don't mind because you charge them a fair price.
But even if you do charge, and I'm just playing devil advocate, you know how we do. Shayna, because I said Shauna earlier, but I think it's Shayna Puritan says retention is sometimes more important than acquisition.
It is because way cheaper. You know, if I kept you, what am I spending?
Right.
A little time, this, that, and that.
Right.
You know, you might use,
birthday card,
thank you cards. Advertising, you spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be cheap.
Yeah.
People don't focus on retention. That's just how it is, and it just take this magical place called Atlanta. It's all about new shit. Everybody new spot.
Right.
Unless it's something convenient. Something like the neighborhood Waffle House. Tony's grilled eggs and shit like that.
Right.
Everybody stop before they go to work.
Something's a staple.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, all the city workers or the county workers stop there before they go or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But overall, shit, man, people just want what's new. And that's just the reality.
Yeah.
Unless you got them kind of anchors where the people are coming through, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Anchors are important because even in shopping center business, when we run in shopping centers, our anchor drives everything.
Yeah.
The anchor drives every shop that's in that store. The anchor drives it. A lot of times it used to be Walmart until they started building their own shopping centers, but that anchor drives the shopping center. And if you want to be, that anchor thing is one of them things that I know for a fact, because if you want to see a shopping center die, let that anchor move out. And I've seen several of them over my years of managing shopping centers. Walmart being there, that's a bustling shopping center. Walmart moved down the street, shopping center is closing up.
I see it all the time.
Yeah.
What was you about to say about the devil's advocate?
Oh, I would say that even if we do charge the price, that if we have to come back, we still may have to raise the price eventually again, because this is life. Things go up, prices go up, our costs go up, so we have to. Sometimes we have to put them costs off to the customer. So we still may lose people anyway. It may not be as many because they didn't come to us because we were cheaper. They came to us for we were the best. But at the same time, we're raising prices. They may not be happy with that either.
Well, the point still stay the same because at the end of the day, as long as the person got options, they you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just how that is. Like once people have options,
right?
They're going to, for whatever reason, like hey, they too high now, whatever, because now I got an option. If you're the only one in town and they're hungry, they're going to go there, right? But when they get options, to your point, like, hey man, eventually if I just stay this way, I got to. Hey, person got options. They got options. That's how that is.
Okay.
That was a good example 10, 15 years ago when there wasn't that many cigar spots. Once everybody started making them, now you got options.
Right.
So, you used to charge $30 a stick. Now you got to drop it down to 10. Why? Because everybody else got them.
Right.
And then you know what? They got liquor.
Oh.
Right. So those things change.
Some of them got food in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. So that changes. A lot of people got options. It doesn't matter. Like you said, you trying to justify to somebody that, hey man, listen, we're trying to grow, we're trying to do this, you feel like that. You don't give a shit.
Right. Right.
A&D.
Right.
Like, no, we won't cheat. So you better start off where you want to be.
Right.
I tell you, hey, I'm short dollar, not low dollar.
Not low dollar.
No, we ain't. I done heard it plenty of times. That's high. Cool. You might not. Well, listen, man.
That might not be the one.
Nah, ain't no mind in there. We need to get out this damn phone. I gotta go. Hey, somebody want to pay for my services, right?
Right.
Because there's nothing wrong with that. You just talking to the wrong one. But that's super, super important as far as understanding. Those particular things. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Larry. In regards to knowing those particular numbers from revenue, the expenses, the acquisition costs, those margins, break-even points. You gotta know that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know that. There is no way around it. Because if you don't, entrepreneur, business owner, at some point, that shit gonna come back and bite you in the ass because you didn't know. I keep stressing. I didn't know. I went for sure or whatever. Nobody gonna care.
Right.
No one cares about it. No one cares about that at all. And again, night show, we're talking about why you should not guess. Why you should know your numbers and not guess them. We stream live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. Make sure if you have to leave, we just came in late, go to Mr. Short out on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. You check out the show in its full entirety. Guys, if you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the chat. But also, give us a call in. We here. We love to talk to you tonight. 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. Now, here's some things about it. We just talked about it, just not using ignorance as an excuse. There's a consequence of not knowing. And first, just overestimate your success. Think you're making money, but you're actually losing it. Think you're making money when you're actually losing it. And you don't want to be on that side of the ticket.
Not at all.
You don't. Running the cash shortage because revenue is tied up in the receivables. What I mean by revenue is tied up in receivables, you actually billing for certain things. You got orders coming in and stuff like that because you are busy and stuff. But at the end of the day, money coming in at a certain point, we got bills. We're paying for bills that were accrued the previous month. We got to take care of those. And then we got certain things that haven't came in. We might be borrowing our receivables. We kind of in a funky spot. Like, damn, man, I thought this was coming in and it haven't came in yet. I view myself, for example, we start heavy next month with tax season. Like, next week, we'll probably start prospecting, hiring people, looking at whatever, getting ready for the training and shit. Stuff, I'm sorry, Chris. Next month it gets heavy. So you talking about November, December, January, February. IRS doesn't release funds till you like that last week of February or the first week of March. Man, that's almost 4 damn months.
Right.
I don't have any money coming in.
Right.
But during that whole time, I'm putting out money. Who the hell else gonna be putting out money over 4 to 5 month range
with no money coming in?
Exactly.
Right. No.
Not a windfall to cover the previous 5 months. Over the next 4 or 5 months after that, everything will catch up and everything like that. But it's not you making the money that you missed on them. No, you're just making money at that particular time. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to understand, like we started talking about, knowing your numbers. Hey, listen, I made $100,000 from January to April. This $100,000 got to carry me from May to December.
Right.
So you got to understand, you might have made the bulk of your money at that time. Just like a lot of toy companies, they made the bulk of their money Christmas time. They sell some stuff during the year, but the bulk of their money it made during Christmas time. So they have to make sure that when they had those sales, during the year, during Christmas time, a lot of that stuff got to be distributed during the year.
Right.
I'm on several boards, and I try to explain people if we have 1 or 2 main events during the calendar year. Look, man, this got to cover us the rest of the year.
Right. Don't
look and see we have X amount of dollars in the bank. This has to cover us because we already have allocated funds, allocated expenses, i.e. rent, i.e. insurance, i.e. payroll. And we ain't got money coming in each month. Those 3 or 4 events during the year, they have to cover that.
Right.
But people see stuff, well, we got money.
Yeah. Right.
Missing growth opportunity because you don't know what you can afford to invest. Because again, sometimes when a person want to sit here and put money to your business, or you want to actually buy some new equipment and certain things like that, you can't really do it because the money ain't there, or you got to take care of certain things next month that you really can't spend it on. You got to be aware of that. You can scale lenders or investors, who want hard numbers and not guesses.
Right.
We talk about a lot of times Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And people want to. I've actually put a lot of pitch contests on the YouTube channel. People look for the grants and stuff. But one of the key things, I won the pitch contest when I was in grad school at Clayton State. But I'm a numbers person.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing with a lender. it's not to say, hey, if you let me borrow this money, I can go buy some, t-shirt machines and we'll sell t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
That's this like what the hell are you telling me that for?
Right.
But if you tell a potential investor, listen, if you give me $10,000 right now to get into this high tech t-shirt print, if I to buy the t-shirt printing machine, I can sell it at X dollars. I can make $150,000. Bring you back
right.
your $10,000 investment and another 20 on top of it
Right.
in 6 months. And they're looking at it like, okay, cool. How you gonna do that? Because I already paid this for this.
Mm-hmm.
Shirts are costing this.
Mm-hmm.
By reducing these things, I can have that. You giving them numbers after numbers after numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Not only you giving them numbers, you also showing them that you know everything inside out.
Right.
Fox other people don't want to do that. They just say, "Let me borrow some money so I can start my business."
Give me 10,000.
Yeah.
Now I give you 10,000 back.
Let me tell you something. I'm always looking, because the social media platform we have. Different people saying you can get this, you can borrow this money, and the bank can give you that. I just want somebody to show me a bank
that's just giving out money.
That's doing this stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to find them too.
I mean, people sometimes we just can't let our greed, just in our ignorance, just supersede our damn common sense. Mm-hmm. If it's that easy, just walk your ass in the bank. If it's that easy,
I would have been done.
Come on now.
3 or 4 times.
You go get your LLC, get your tax ID.
Right. I'm going to the bank.
They're going to laugh your ass right out of there. You're going to sit right in there and give them all this stuff.
I heard on social media, y'all were giving out $10,000 per person. Just bring the LLC and the EIN up here and we good.
And then the products that you are able to get, they're going to be at 20, 30, 40%. Mm-hmm. You're going to wish you didn't borrow that money in about 6 months.
Right.
Because you paying. The money being spent and you paying a note back to the lender. Mm-hmm. Hell, damn them after a good year, it's more than what you even borrowed.
Right.
Times 4.
Right.
So I just want people to understand, like, be very, very careful of that. So you got to make sure you actually know your numbers. Okay, those consequences. Mm-hmm. Now we go to stage 2. The benefits of knowing your numbers. The benefits of knowing your numbers. And the first one is confidence in decisions. You can expand, you can hire, you can cut costs with clarity. Mm-hmm. When you know what the hell you got, you can operate. You're a real CEO. Mm-hmm. See, a business owner is somebody that's working in it. You just busy, you spending this, that, and that. Mm-hmm. A CEO is on a strategic level. You understand from a conceptual standpoint, these are the pieces. Mm-hmm. This what this costs, that what that costs. If I got to do certain things, I got to pay this. I'm going to be able to sell this the volume out different times of the year. We're selling these particular things. They understand everything's on a strategic level. You can confidently say it. You ain't got to sit here and wonder, hope, pray, wish, put no damn social media posts and beg folks to do all this bullshit. No. Mm. Once you know, when you know your numbers, you can be so comfortable and just understand, okay, this is what's going on, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. Just like you do when you work your job for a certain amount of time. When you work your job over a certain amount of time, you know the ins and outs. You know how things go on certain times of the year. You know how much things cost, how much you got to put out, what you can charge, what you got to spend out, all that stuff. When you got your business, you want to know it the same way.
Right.
What it's all going to cost you? A little time to understand.
Yeah.
And people I ain't got time to do it. I got to sell this. I got to sell that. Mm. Once you know your numbers, man, you can move so much more smoothly. Mm-hmm. You can make decisions because now, if you got a job to actually construction job to do some repairs, you can sit there and say, "Well, look, man, for the price you don't want to pay, it's gonna cost me at least $3,000, right? It's gonna cost me $3,000, and it's gonna take me 2 damn months to do, right? Just letting you know with the volume of work and all that kind of stuff to do it. The person saying, "Well, look, man, I only got $4,000," and in your mind, you say, "Look, I can make a profit at $500." Or even say $5,000 when you're making $2,000 profit on top of it, right? But with that $2,000 going to be enough to sit here and say, well, the time I'm missing because I could be doing something else. Mm-hmm. Would that even make it a difference with doing that? Would I be able to do that in that $2,000 with the time I spent? Would I be able to cover other expenses that I may have? Mm-hmm. Am I going to miss out on other businesses, other business endeavors? With doing it. So you got to kind of make sure,
Right.
All money ain't gonna be good money.
Right.
And you might have made a profit on that, but being tied into it. And then you say to yourself, when knowing the margins, I got to be able to make 15%, 20%, 30% on doing it. If I can't do that, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Right? I understand that, right? For years, man, just being a landlord, margins done changed a lot now because, how rent prices went up like crazy. It was kind of standard, $150, $200 profit a month. If you got to run a property, you were good, right? All the other stuff kind of unrealistic because, we're doing it. But, just going back, you make $150, $200, and I'm going back 10, 15, 20 years ago. The bulk of the time I was doing it, $150, $200 profit.
Right.
After everything paid, paid your mortgage. You might have to pay the property manager. Got paid.
Taxes.
But you know what? The tax might be in your mortgage,
Okay,
right? But I'm just saying, like, you might have to say allocated for maintenance, things like that. If you bring $150, $200, you good, right?
Right.
You sit there and do that. But if some folks just look, you just covering the cost. You done got a damn mortgage that you can't even charge market rent for over that and stuff like that. You gotta know this stuff, guys.
Right.
You gotta know this stuff. I had a conversation with a guy about 20 years ago. He was telling me that his brother got into it with somebody because his brother bought a house and wanted to rent it out. And his brother was arguing with the guy because why would I rent it to you less than what I got to pay a mortgage? He's like, man, that guy was crazy. I said, no, it wasn't got crazy. Your brother got a house where he's paying a note higher than market rent.
Right.
Why would I pay you $1,500 for this house in there? Because you feel like because your mortgage is $1,300, I should pay you $1,500. But
house down the street that's $800.
Yeah, exactly.
Same size, everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's no logical reason in it.
Right.
But like what they said, you'd be shocked how many damn people don't understand that. When you know your numbers, guys, you can spot problems early. Notice rising expenses or falling margins before they really sink you.
Right. You
can see it early. But listen, guys, you got to pay attention. You got to be looking. You got to be paying attention. Be more prepared during tax season. You avoid last-minute stress and unexpected IRS surprises. And also, guys, you can attract funding. Invest in the bank, trust entrepreneurs who know their financials. Well, you go in there and have a conversation because don't assume because they work at the bank they're smart.
Right.
They just got a job there.
They got decent credit to get a job. That's about it.
It's just like I learned when I was in the Army. When you look squared away, people ain't gonna mess with you. So you can be the damn dumbest soldier whatsoever. But as long as that creases in them pants and the spit shine on them boots, okay, soldier got his stuff together.
Right.
Soldier don't know shit. Right. And you be the person that's the most knowledgeable and most efficient, class A soldier, but you're working like all the time. So like, man, ain't no big thing, man. I got a little shot on my face, my boots ain't whatever, but I'm working. Anytime something done, people know I'm the man to call. But you get looked over by a certain person, just say, you the colonel come by or whatever. Because you look like a ragtag. But the person is squared away looking.
Right.
Know your numbers, guys. Know
That's
your
right.
shit, okay? Don't miss out on opportunities because you feel like it's not really that important, okay? Guys, so with that said, we just went over the reasons, the problems that can happen with not knowing it, the benefits of knowing it, and here's the thing I'm going to give you the game before we wrap it up. How to stop guessing. Number one, guys, get you some kind of software, bookkeeping software, QuickBooks, Zero, Wave. There are a lot of different things out there that you got to be using to kind of keep up with everything. Remember, we're in 2025. Most banks, even the processors, third-party processors, Cash App, Zelle, Stripe, and all these places can integrate into your software. And all can integrate into your software. So I will get this quick disclaimer. I've said it before. Most of your local junior colleges have a 4 to 6 week class. You can go and do QuickBooks 101, QuickBooks 102, like Lab 7 course going on. They have one on there, but it's a lot of programs you can get it maybe free or at a discounted price. We also got Google University, YouTube University. You know your learning level. If you can sit here and look online and see something, or if you got to sit into a traditional classroom environment and get taught. At the end of the day, guys, I understand things cost money. I understand it. But like I said again, some shit you can't afford not to spend money on.
Right.
Just being honest with you. If you're going to spend the time and the money to start that business up, and if you say, look, I'm just messing around, cut a couple yards on the weekend. I work during the week, and I'm cool with that. Get it. We're not talking to you. But if you talk about I want to expand and go to another level and they do certain things, guys, you got to invest in yourself. Just saying.
No way around.
Like I said again, Fortune 500 companies are spending billions of dollars in R&D, research and development all the time because they're actually trying to get the new Coke. They're doing that. They won't. And I'm talking about it might be Coca-Cola. For Coca-Cola to come up with new Coke or Coke Zero, they have tried hundreds of different Cokes. And they lost a lot of money doing it. But when they get it, they got it. So you don't have to do it like that, but just make sure you do it at your level.
Right.
But don't be, you got to sit here and invest in yourself, okay? You got to go to a training. You go to a little seminar, this, that, and that. Again, there may be times you're like, man, that's wasting my money.
Right.
It costs doing business. You know what I'm saying? That can happen, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, we still, next time you do your research, cool, might be a little screw down things a little bit more. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Again, we talk about how to stop guessing. Set aside a weekly time to review your income, expenses, and cash flow. Set aside a weekly time, guys. That may be every Friday at 10 o'clock or whatever, every third, whatever. But make sure that you can be religious and disciplined. You sit and stick to that, okay? Not like, when we don't have to do something, we don't find a priority to do it. When we got to go somewhere, we got to go to the doctor, go to see.
Right.
We got to pay this particular bill, and we're going to, lose our car if we get evicted. Treat it with the same importance and urgency, okay? Allocate that. Hire a bookkeeping account if needed. It's an investment, not a cost. It's an investment, not a cost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People always say, I can't afford to get this thing. It's an investment.
It's an investment.
Because I'm cheaper on the front end.
Right. I'm more expensive.
On that back end.
Right. If I got to repair it.
I'm getting these calls. Hey, somebody F something up, somebody ain't did something right. And look, put this shit back together, it's going to cost a little money.
Right.
Now, if I can just get it out of the box, cool, we just maintain.
Directions, I'm
but
good.
Man, this thing all broke up and stuff like that, we got to let you know. Let you know. And guys, you can, build financial dashboards, a simple spreadsheet to check, key KPIs, those key performance indicators. And when you know that, we tracking everything, we got these particular, I understand my margins. I can set goals. I can do that. You want to be empowered with doing that. You might say, man, that's a nerd shit. I ain't worried about that kind of stuff like that. That's shit to keep your ass open. That's the shit to keep your ass open. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you take care of it, somebody else take care of it. Don't ever underestimate, I'm being knowledgeable on the stuff that you got to take care of. I just want to be straight up about that one, man. I want to say guessing your numbers is gambling with your business. Knowing them is how you build not just your income, but your wealth, stability, and growth. It's far too often, guys, it's very, very dangerous to assume you're doing okay. It ain't no different what we do with our body. We got to go get some blood work done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Got to go get that physical.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go get the tune up on your car. We don't want to wait till we start click-clacking here and the nose, shit cutting off and everything. That's what your body, or your body, your car, or your damn business.
Right.
Man, just stay on top of everything to know what's going on. Once you have the information, your numbers and all that kind of stuff, you empowered. It's a responsibility that comes along being empowered because now you can't play stupid. But we know nobody give a damn about somebody acting stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because people want pity parties, and people say, well, he didn't know or whatever like that. No.
He's waiting to find out.
If you want folks to take you seriously, hey, man, Deonte Burden, a dog. He know his stuff and everything because I can do business with him because I can do business with him and confidently know I'm going to make some money with him. Not I'm going to do business with this motherfucker. I'm just worried about all the time they're going to mess something up. They'll do something wrong.
How much I'm going to lose.
Hey, people will always be super, super confident and want to do stuff with you. You got some kind of proven track record. You got some kind of experience, right? Because what I always say, we can argue opinions. We can argue results.
Right.
And I'm a producer, man.
Right.
I'm sitting there saying that, like, hey, I'm a producer.
I put out.
Yeah. We ain't got to assume shit.
Right.
This is what we do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People can sit here and go through all that kind of stuff. Once you have a track record, you got it. And you want to be able to confidently do that for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yeah, all that humble shit ain't gonna get you no damn money in your pocket
At all.
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna be humble.
No.
Just all that, just as quick as you got it can disappear. Yeah. Damn sure can. But I tell you what, you sitting there worried about not being loud, not being confident. That should have disappeared anyway.
Right.
It can disappear anyway. And at the end of the day, when you want to be, when you don't want to sit here and put that pressure on yourself to be better, to know what's going on and stuff like that, you make yourself complacent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We want to say we in business, or we want to be out here making money.
Right.
Do we want to be?
There's a difference.
Yeah, because far too often, like once I done got my LLC, got my tax ID number and everything, I'm posting on social media. That ain't shit.
Right.
That ain't shit. When we start doing this, we're making money. We put ourselves in a better situation. Hold on 1 second, bro. You know, and we got things going for us. That's what you want. What is going on? Hold on a second. Let me get a little disclaimer. When I say that ain't shit, I'm not saying like it's not nothing unimportant or you should make a certain amount of money for you to feel successful. Mm-hmm. But I am saying at the end of the day, you just you just put money out there to have something.
Right.
Right? You can go make a baby with somebody, right?
Right.
That'll make you a parent.
Right.
You see
how put the work in.
Yeah, exactly. You got to sit here and grow it and do certain things with it. Like I said again, if you just want to just make some extra money on the weekend when you're available, conversation not for you.
Right.
Conversation not for you. So we don't need to have no damn debate.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you trying to grow your stuff and expand and everything like that. Hey, you need to listen
mm-hmm.
all the time. What's the number one thing everybody go to Mr. Short Dollar for? They want to see them damn grants. Y'all want free money. Y'all want free money. And when they sold them requirements, you've already sold this. Mm-hmm. You've been so long. Well, why they need to know that? Nobody's gonna believe in your business more than you.
Right.
Nobody is. Nobody will give a damn about that.
Right.
A lot of times those companies are they have those grants because of marketing and advertising.
Right.
Because they want to say, hey, we've been active in the community, we gave out so much stuff. Right? That's why. That's already allocated.
And nobody's just gonna give you money just because you filled out a piece of paper that's called a grant. You have to. When I got my grant for high school, for college, it took me 4 or 5 times just to get the grant. I mean, I got turned down at least. I want to say I got turned down a little bit more than that, but I can remember 5 letters telling me no. But I had to work for it and do some stuff and change some information and do this and do that in order to get that grant to go to college. You get what I'm saying? So you have to work for it. They're just not giving out money just because you send a paper in. It don't work that way.
Well, see, the thing good is, like, people got to be realistic about themselves. Mm-hmm. A lot of times you do get lucky. You ain't what did, and as you say, hey man, it was him. And I want to get out of the subject. When people get on me all the time, I always believe God give you the ability, things you can't control.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to go too deep in religion.
Right.
Yeah, your health, your senses, or whatever, this, that, and that. It's on you.
Right.
It's on you from them. Yeah. Because I can't see God want me to be broke and he wants you to be rich. Right. And we doing the same damn thing. Right. Especially I pray to him every day.
Right. Right. Some people can be doing exactly the same things and one person succeed more than the other.
They get that motion out there.
Right.
Go get busy.
Right.
Go get busy. And you know what? Lab might not do as much as I do, but Lab got more success. Mm-hmm. That Lab journey. Mm-hmm. That's what Lab doing. I ain't got shit to do with it. I got to stay focused on what I'm doing. Right. And so we start talking about, knowing your information, knowing your numbers. Focus on you. Invest in you. Know your information. Mm-hmm. Know your information. Because too many times, I'm just getting a story all the time. People want to go get a business loan. They have no idea of what their business has really been doing. Mm. They just think because they got money in the bank. When they actually go get a profit and loss and they see that it has not done what they thought it was done, now everybody looking silly. Mm. Know your shit. Know it. I can't stress that enough. And once you know it, you will, even if it's not what you feel like, okay, you're a little disappointed, Because once you know, you can go fix it. Mm-hmm. But you'll be so empowered. And that's the first step, becoming a true CEO. Not nobody that's putting some shit on social media.
I like to do a business.
Yeah, exactly. you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Make sure you put that on yourself to kind of just look. I'm putting that pressure on myself to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with it. I don't know it well, but I got to pay somebody to explain it to me. I'm going to spit burn the midnight oil and make sure this stuff's straight. But now I can sit here, relay it, and sell the information, okay? Look, man, it's been a great show, guys. I appreciate all the love and support everybody came in. I hope y'all took something from the information. I hope it benefits you. I've been running my mouth so much on the TikTok. I didn't get a chance to look in there and see if anybody had any questions or comments, man. But listen, if you came in the middle of the show, remember you can go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, check out the video in its full entirety, and also check out the over 1,500 videos we got on there. We got an active grant playlist with over 150 grants at any given time. Videos, like I said, covering business, finance, entrepreneurship, investing. Go there to the YouTube channel, subscribe. A lot of great information there, and it's free, right? It's free. So check that out. Again, guys, the book, Short Dollars and Cents. Guys, it's on Amazon. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to do a better job. I've been so busy because again, the tax extension deadline was yesterday, so you won't be putting in work with doing it, but we're definitely going to make sure we have. The book is going to be in the TikTok shop. We already got it listed on Amazon. We got promos and advertising going for it already. But over the next week or so, it'll be everywhere you can look for it. Everything. But it's 13 chapters covering personal finance, investing, entrepreneurship, all the information I got in between my ears. I got in this book. Okay,
right.
A lot of information, and it's in color. $15. $15 will change your life. Will change your life.
Right.
Okay, so before you buy that little 12 pack, go on and buy Short Dollars and Cents. But again, all seriously, I really appreciate our love and support for everybody, especially this tax season, man. Just wrapping it up, man. I felt good about myself, man. This is one year in particular. Shit, I ain't had to worry about, just things just coming in and everything. But I think I know everything is being really off the stuff I told everybody.
Mm-hmm.
My customers need something, I take care of them. If it's something we can't do, be honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't BS anybody and stuff. And I stay firm on the prices because I know what we're giving people.
Right.
I know what we're giving people. Right? If you can't produce at that kind of level to justify them prices,
mm-hmm.
the market will let you know.
Most definitely.
But don't you talk yourself out of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Tell people all the time when you want to apply for these grants or do certain things, let them tell you no. Right. Don't let Deonte tell you no. Right. Be confident in yourself, and confidence comes with knowledge. Confidence comes with knowledge. That's the thing about it. Coach, you say it all the time. Fatigue make you a coward. Fatigue mm-hmm. make you a coward. Better you're in shape, the more confident you are. Mm-hmm. That's why we train so much in the Army. So we can sit there and fight and kill each other all night. But that's why you have to be in shape to do that. So if you in all seriousness, equip yourself with the information and the knowledge, you will be a much, much more impactful and powerful business owner. So again, everybody, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, take care of the information. Oh yeah, we got this some of the new merch too. We got that this is the new Mr. Short Dollar shirt. We got 4 different new designs in black and white. We got some more stuff. We're gonna be rolling out the Christmas stuff soon. So we're gonna be ready for that Black Friday season.
That's right. That's right.
We got a lot of stuff ready for you. But man, again, I can't tell everybody thank you so much, man. It's been awesome 2025. I did the post on social media about 2 weeks ago. I think I was at 40,000, 50,000.
Right.
This time last year.
Yeah.
Now we're at 94.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damn people.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of work, baby. That's a lot of work, man.
Right.
And I earned that shit. I work for that. I work for that. I work for that. DJ Lab, Slick. Hey man, we earn that shit.
Right.
We earn that. I actually here to tell you. That ain't nothing that was damn bought or fake.
That was hard work and persistence.
Yeah, so
to talk when nobody's listening.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to say that, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. But guys, you thank yourself by using the information.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Use the information, man. Like I said, people get a little sidetracked because once you know, and that's a little harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Right.
But if it was easy to have success, if it was easy to have wealth, everybody happy. So,
that's right.
Hey man, listen, man, y'all take care of yourself. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, take advantage of information, and leave. You got a question and thing, leave them in the comments. I'll get back with everybody. But y'all take care, be safe, love you all, and I'll talk with you soon.